if you don't pay, they'll send you a Tameside Magistrates Court letter threatening you with liability orders. Well, unfortunately, there has been no liability order since 2003. They're lying, they're deceiving, they're bullying you into frightening you to pay. Now, also, summonses were brought on those who didn't pay their council tax, and on it, the magistrate's liability order. Well, we don't have liability orders, so it's fraud. So they're acting on fraud of non-existence liability orders. Now, when the magistrate said to me, "Are you prepared to pay?" and I said, "I have never refused to pay. I will pay once the liability order has been placed on me." And if he was a magistrate, I've asked for his name in here on Monday. He said to the councilmen, "Can you produce it?" They said yes. So they lied. So the council lied. There is no liability orders for council tax. So why on earth does this council keep threatening people with liability orders when they're wasting our money? It's absolutely scandalous. We've got executives, chief execs, the monitoring officers who go under the name of borough solicitors. Now, on your council tax, it'll have Oldham Council. But it says nothing else. And I said, I want to know how much is the adult and social care precinct. And they said that this Labour government, we don't have to put it on. Oh, I'm afraid you do. We need to know exactly where our council tax money is going. Not a 70 million to a millionaire who owns Oldham Athletic, who they give 1 million to a few years ago.
What about that land they sold for pennies and then now it's worth millions? What about that down?
That's for other councillors. That's for all the councillors to hold this council to account. Yeah. There's money being squandered.
Follow Cozzy on TikTok, guys. Follow Cozzy. The legendary Peter Brown.
Full council tax. Where's the money? There's people out here and I apologise them for the charity work. And I'm sorry, I said that this has been booked in with Oldham Police. And I do not want to carry on for people to pay. And I stood my ground and I went to...
Thank you guys, please share. Live in Oldham, Peter Brown. Authorised protest with the police for 3 hours. And the council officers are just in there.
Not the people that you say.
It was me who told him to get going on a Friday, and we've got to do a Friday, so we'll just go in. Just go in. Cozzy! So yeah, Oldham Council entrance there. So it was me who told Peter to come and do this on a Friday while it were open. He's not going to come in and mither him because he knows everyone on them doors, but Oldham Council there, on a Friday, we're open on a Friday, not a Saturday, on a Friday. I wonder if we'll get a visit of any reform members, because Peter's already approached them about this. He's not left or right, and Peter does everything by the book. So he's told the police that he's here today, protesting. He puts complaints into council in writing. He writes emails and complaints to standards committee and all that. Does everything by the book, Peter. So people should be here supporting him. He's not doing anything on the snide. He's not far left or far right. It's just Peter Brown, and he does everything by the book. So please share. Thank you, 70 watching live in Oldham. Thank you very much. Got Cozzy visiting today. Cozzy, TikToker from Manchester. You all right, Cos?
Yeah, I was at Saturday.
he's come up to. I've introduced him to Peter, and he's already getting into the gripe of it. He's laughing and everything. He's well on it already. But this is Oldham, cos this is Oldham. Just leave. Peter's got a couple of people come up to him talking about it. This is the kind of interaction we want. Peter actually is running local elections, and I've told him. I said he doesn't pick any other party now. Next time he runs for me. Runs for the National Housing Party. Everyone else has let him down. Reform have let him down. They don't really support him. There should be at least one Reform member here right now. But they're not. They're just wussies. I'm hoping, but God rest, I shouldn't be saying that. Hopefully, before the end of Peter's 3 hours, at least one Reform person would have come up, shook his hand and had a picture with him. If not, there you go. Shut up, you fascist. Shut up, you fascist. Leave them council workers alone. So you're hardly on it. I'm standing away because he's talking to you. Careful of what? Oh, police turned up. Well, it's an authorised thing anyway. Come on, Peter. Oh, they're after that lad. They're after him.
Listen, can you educate your brother? Educate your brother. Do not touch me, for one. Do not touch me. Or I'm being loud. I'm being new. I'm being new. I'm not being new. Come on, Dale. Don't touch me. I just told you don't touch me. You want me to touch you? Alright, okay. Touch me again. I just told you don't touch me. Listen, right? Well, that's money, bro. I can cooperate with you.
Come on, Dale.
Right?
Let's cooperate. Let's move up to the top, please.
Don't touch me. Right. Let's do reasonable things here that are nonsense.
Let's walk now.
Let's do reasonable things that are nonsense.
Right, move on, or you'll be coming in.
No, coming in.
What you said? Oi.
What are you?
That's
Is this your nephew?
Come on, Dale.
Yeah, come on,
It's your nephew.
Yeah, go.
Listen, go home. Come on, Dave, go home. Just go home. Is that Harry Potter's brother, twin brother?
Not touch.
Go on, I know. Listen, I don't want to. Just go. Cosy, come on. We're just inflaming the situation. Action in Oldham. Hopefully, don't get arrested.
Answer your phone. I have left you 3 messages, Councillor Chris Goodwin, when we met at Crompton Cemetery.
131, thank you guys. Get sharing live in Oldham. Bit of action there. I hope Dale doesn't get arrested. He just needs to go home. Just needs to go home.
And the adult social care, which is not on joint council tax, I asked what the amount is. Now on the news last night, there are councillors being ripped off by private firms for adult social care. We have every right to demand that it's written on our council tax. We demand to know where our money is going. We demand to know where our money
No,
is
no,
going
no, no, no.
regarding our council tax. Shame on you.
Just go, just
Shame on
go.
those standing there.
Sorry. Baby
Go on,
boy.
go on, go on. Just go on, go on.
I'll talk to you after. Oh, they're up.
Where's the accountability?
Go on, get it recorded.
Where's the
I don't want it
accountability?
nicked.
Don't want him nicked. Sorry about that, Peter. I can't go over because he knows me, and he'll just start being too leery and loud. So I'm just better staying back, me. And it looking like it will be walking off. Sorry about that, guys. We are here for our Peter. Blue Tops have come now. Blue Tops are here, so
Thank you to the police. Thank you very much. The police did phone me up and say, you know, we're there to protect you, and I'm glad to see that they are. This is an honest, genuine protest.
152. Thank you, guys. Live in Oldham Town Centre. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
To their duties. And when you make standards
This is Peter Brown.
councillors on the standards complaint form, you're supposed to have a reply in 20 days. I've got 3, and it's been since the 2nd of February. So, Mr. Borough Solicitor, I only pay £200,000 a year salary. Where's the reply? Standards. We've got we've got fraudsters, convicted fraudsters, who are now standing as councillors. We've got associates of our council leader, gangsters, cartels, money launderers, getaway drivers.
Money launderers, getaway drivers.
I don't want to
Yeah. So someone who's running in the council was a getaway driver for Dale Krieger, not when he killed the coppers, but in some other escapade, a local gangster. But you know what I mean? Like, is everybody evil? Is everyone wrong? You know what I mean? And do we have to be able to forgive people? But it's linked to the council leader. And, you know, like, it just don't go down. But if roles are reversed and it were a white guy, it'd be all over the news, but it's not. It's not. 158, thank you. National Housing Park, John Lawrence, live in Oldham Town Centre. There's been a bit of action already. A local lad, very loud and prominent there. And I think something might be going on with him.
To sit on a panel, a standards panel against him. Out of order. You have a duty to be honest, and any government who allows this to continue, shame on you. But we all know the lie. We all know our politicians lie and deceive. And you can count on one hand how many stand up. And to the courageous Keithley MP who stood up at the House of Commons and raised the Pakistani rape gangs, and nothing were done. Credit to that man. He raised concern. To the young woman, I forgot her name, who came out with statements, and they were very, how can I say, explicit sexual references in the House of Commons, what were covered up. Credit to that lass, and to the 3 Labour MPs who stood for their constituents regarding the wanting to stop the pit, and they had to go. independent because they crossed the whip. No, Mr. Whip. They were MPs for the people they represented. And this is it. So when it comes to election...
173 on. Thank you, guys. Please share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is Peter Brown, one of Oldham's premier activists and campaigners. We can tell you about a lot of stuff from how corrupt the council is to child sexual exploitation in Oldham. Can tell you everything. Can tell you a lot to do with Rochdale as well.
I wrote him a letter and I said,
he doesn't do nothing by arms. He writes letters. He organises, and this little protest of his is organised by the police. And it was Big John who said get him in on a Friday while the council offices are open.
You're right.
Council offices, they're open. It's on a Friday, so they're open today. Peter's not coming in here. He's just going to stay out here, but there we go.
I thought it's taking forever in a day. I could see all the shrubberies, which will be rat infested. They're taking all the shrubberies out in Cudleys and Goldendale, but these silly idiots. And where's the money coming from? It's coming from us who pay full council tax or even partial. And I tip my hat to all those who aren't paying because they don't want to pay into corruption. I tip my hat. Stand your ground. It's absolutely scandalous. The waste of money, the accountability. Where's it gone? And when you've got councillors, 3 who didn't want to speak to me, they're elected councillors.
Sorry.
So you can't refuse, and yet we've got a solicitor acting on behalf of the council who block you, who buy information, so you can't win. Well, we can't win. I've just read this morning that if the council tax goes up, you could ask for a referendum. If they want to put the council tax up, you could ask
Has
for
he been
a
arrested?
referendum. So we're relying on really
Standing up there.
don't want to do nothing. They bicker and squabble, but in December last this year, it reached all the national news. The police had to be called in to our council chamber because they were bickering and squabbling. The police had to be called. These are the type of people that are in, but I do not want to see any of these when they get elected again. I don't want to see them. But when the postal vote fraud is a fraud, and it carries on because nobody wants to do nothing about it, we're going to get the wrong people, the criminals, the gangsters, the cartels in. Is that what we want? No. Please, don't let that happen. Don't let it happen. Now, I'll be here Saturday, tomorrow. I'm down at Parliament Square. It's too well for it. And I'll be doing these protests more often than not, nearly every Saturday, unless I'm not feeling so good. I'm 71. I'm waiting for 2 stomach operations. Why should I have to wait? I had one, I waited 3 years. Why are we in such a mess? Billions have been wasted by our government. Billions. And we've got a council who wastes our money, has the audacity to send you fraudulent council tax liability orders when there's no liability orders being issued since 2003. Shame on you. Absolutely scandalous.
Absolutely scandalous, says Peter Brown. Welcome to Oldham, ladies and gentlemen. Please like and share. Follow the YouTube channel if you're not already following. If you're on X viewing, which I'm guessing a lot of you will be, you can go to my link and follow my YouTube channel. My name's John Lawrence, National Housing Party representative in Oldham and leader. And I'm with Peter Brown today on a Friday, a work day. They're all hearing him. All the workers are coming in and out of there to do with the council. Everyone can hear him, and it's on a weekday, guys, not on a Saturday.
You despicable bunch. And for all your security that right out, did you not take on board, the flooding when family members' graves were underwater, and you lied, you deceit, you despicable, nasty,
I thought you got some help off Emma Barton. I thought Emma Barton helped you. You know what? Tell us about Emma Barton then. Isn't she assistant chief executive? Probably on over £100,000.
saying names, John Lawrence, leader of the National Housing Party.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm always here.
Whether they come out, I'm afraid there's nothing yet. But this is going to continue every Saturday, 2:04, until people, you can come to me, you can see the letters from the court, you can actually see the summons for what is illegal. There's no liability. And a gentleman in here, and his knees must have been knocking, he must have been dithering when I was in the bottom saying, I want someone to produce me, signed by the magistrates, that liability order. And he said on the phone, because he wouldn't come down, and anyone in this council office can come down, talk to me, you can come down. You're not frightened of an old man, are you? 71, you're not frightened of an old man. You're on, oh, I know what you're frightened of. You're frightened of losing your 150 to 200,000 pound plus salary. That's what you're frightened of.
So there's at least statistically, there's at least over a dozen people on over £100,000 in Oldham Council, which is nearly the same amount of money as the Prime Minister, you know.
Well, once they were on more money, a chief exec, and it was brought to light. The chief exec was on more money than the Prime Minister. How can that be? But when the adult social care, and it were on the news, local news last night, that there are some councils, I don't know about this one, I can't say, but some councils were being strapped because they were being ripped off by private firms. Now, they haven't put it on your council tax, and according to a government spokesman, they don't have to put it on. It's cover up again. Well, I wrote a letter saying I wanted to know, and they refused to say it.
So is that relates to the Localism Act, where they've got all the powers to do what they want, and they don't need to produce things when they should do, and all local councils are like this. This is why we have so much trouble with them, innit?
Oh, Nigel! I hope you get in here, Nigel. I hope you look at these accounts, what this council has done for the last 30 years. Nigel, we need you, Nigel. We need you, Nigel, because we've got a Labour-run council who block you, who shut you up, who you can't even speak your own questions. We've got Mers asking your question. It's absolutely scandalous. Oh, Mr. Goodwin, Chris Goodwin, why haven't you answered my calls for the last 3 weeks. Every week for the last 3 weeks. Mr. Borough Solicitor, why haven't you sent me the paperwork that you should have done within 20 days regarding standards complaints against councillors? When the first
Thank you,
one,
Don, DJ Paul.
years ago,
Police live in Oldham Town Centre with Peter Brown. We've already had a lad shouting like naughty things in the street. Police had to come usher him away, and it was tell you, Cozzy, honestly, in Oldham, we don't do it by halves, mate. We do it full fucking throttle. It's even got barred Asbo from going into council meetings. And
No, we didn't.
there's a video online of Pete standing up speaking, and all the council walk out after he's had his speech. Honestly, he's also spoke on the European. He's been to Europe and spoke in front of the European Parliament about strychnine, a poison that he was using as a pest controller. Honestly, Peter's done his rounds. Done his rounds as Peter. So he, a few years ago, he went to the European Parliament and spoke on strychnine, a poison that he uses as a pest control expert. And spoke in the European Parliament. And he says in the European Parliament, he says, you ban me, you can't afford this, but you can afford breast implants and things like that, because the European Parliament, that's what the people in the European Parliament were claiming through expensive things to do with like just like that horrible things. Honestly, you couldn't make it up.
I have written to the Baroness Louise Casey.
Oh,
The Baroness Louise Casey. I'm hoping she replies. It was a recorded delivery to King's College London, and she raised concerns in 2011 that if they brought in the Localism Act, they would be throwing the baby out of the bath along with the bathwater. You cannot have councils like this to be absolutely excluded from any central government intervention. We've got gangsters, money launderers, cartels, we've got people who are convicted, no, pass the time, fraudsters. We can't have it. You just can't have it.
In Brian Orbin, a convicted fraudster. He is, isn't he? Brian Orbin, the mayor of Oldham, the deputy mayor of Oldham, is a convicted fraudster from Bolton. Honestly, you couldn't make it up, Cozzy. You couldn't make it up, mate. You couldn't make it
The
up.
worst thing is that when I went to Tameside Magistrates Court, and they said that this council said there was no provision for you to attend. I thought, you what? No provision. He said I'm summoned to appear. So who's lying? Is there a provision, which there was, for me to attend, of which I did? And this head of these offices in here, did not give or send my liability. They didn't send my disputes to the magistrates. Didn't send it. So the magistrate said, did you bring it in here? I said, no, I handed it into the council. So they didn't give to the magistrate my dispute serious threats of murder by associates of our council leader. Is that what we want? It was screenshotted. The photo was screenshotted by
I know, honestly.
Tim McMahon, my MP's office, and nothing was done. What world are we living in?
Yeah. Did you see the other day Napier Street, that way back, or getting on houses? See that?
Oh, yeah. I've done Alex Belfield behind the paywall now.
he says every morning. Wow.
You can talk free now. You can talk free now, John. Yeah, it's been out before, hasn't it?
Are they telling you off? Right.
We go somewhere else, we give them a break.
Mark it on top of my. Yeah. Because they're sat down with people on the desks at the front, aren't they? Are we holding it? Me and Cozzy will hold this. Me and Cozzy will hold this. Let's walk up to the market, yeah? So, any Reform members fancy coming up, shaking Peter's hand? He's not left, he's not right, he's just on the spot and on the ball.
Well, I said to
But
the police when they said, have the left or the right been informed? I said, I don't know the lift difference between them.
again, quickly, I want to hurry up, mate. I want to hurry up. Sorry, Peter, sorry. But just that lad's coming back up again. And him seeing me with this, he'll just inflame him. So it's just not a good idea that we hang around. Can we go near rice and peas? Right. Here.
Because people then will have to avoid, make sure people can get round it, John.
Not rest it anyway.
No, just have it here, but a bit further forward, John.
Dale, the flower shop man, he might talk to you, Cozzy, when you get a minute. Look, there he is. Yeah.
It ain't this. Hello? Right, yeah, we just moved up because the travel agents said
Oh.
in a bit like we've just gone up.
Or just lie on floor here. Just lie on floor here. Right.
Well, there's too much. Yeah, I've got one. And it says the fundamental principles of this case. Open to policy. Do not reveal. Said we have rights. We have the target. Well, I'm here till 3. And tomorrow I'm here till 4 o'clock. Right on. Thanks, Declan. Bye. Bye.
Who that one at Reform Lot? Oh, right. Peter there getting a phone call off Manchester Evening News.
He has to just see whether his editor or
Well, if you want, give me or Cozzy his number and we'll WhatsApp him loads of photographs and that, and he might put them up. He might put them up on Manchester Evening News. Yeah, you're all right with that?
lift it up. We need to slide it up a bit because it's creepy. It's like your socks. Sometimes they sort of creep down, John, and you have to pull them up.
just like. See, this is why you need bodies, because you can't do it all.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Yeah. Could have had a reform member here, but no. Maybe Pete's not good enough for him.
This protest was booked in with Oldham police. They did call me up yesterday. They wanted to know the context of it. And I said, it's about Oldham Council and the lies and the deceit regarding council tax. And I put myself out there so I could come up here, and I live in Roy, I'm an Oldhamer, to tell you about the fraud that goes on regarding demanding council tax to you. So I'm 71, and I refused to pay because I didn't want to pay into any form of corruption and a waste of public money. And also councillors refusing to help you. So after 3 months, they sent a letter that if you didn't pay, further action will be taken. If you did pay, nothing had gone on. And it was
Yes,
inside
Charlie.
Magistrate
Thank
Court.
you.
And
Peter
it's
Brown,
on
Oldham's
that letter.
premier activist,
And if you
honestly.
don't
Does everything by the
pay your
book.
council tax,
Writes into
you'll be
police,
facing
writes
a
into council. He's got a letter there he sent to Oldham Council. He's got a copy of a letter he sent to Baroness Casey. He has copies of all the letters he sent to MPs and all that lot about corruption. And it's talked about the Localism Act, which gives the councils the power of judge, jury and executioner, which is wrong.
These two gentlemen from Oldham Council have lied. When I made the phone call for my defence, they lied. They said there was no provision for you to attend the court. So where am I? I'm here inside Tameside Magistrate Court talking to you. Now, I've never refused to pay the council tax. I had disputes, and serious disputes. And the disputes were, I didn't want to be threatened with murder from any associate that hangs off the arm of our council leader. I didn't want it. I don't want it. But the magistrate said, but you're happy to pay. I said, I've never refused to pay. And when that liability order is sent to me, I will pay. I went in here on Monday.
No, you can't. You can't have a go. You can't have a go. No, you can't have a go. Dale, don't. Leave him. Leave him. Leave him.
Being imposed for council tax. So they
No, no, no.
They lied and they deceived.
Said no, I said no.
Now they sent a bailiff's letter with a magistrate's liability order. So they've lied again. There are no liability orders as the gentleman from inside the Spindle
I've got to try and keep the peace and not
So
laugh.
why do they send these threatening, demanding letters when there's no liability
He
order?
died 10 years ago.
Since 2003. Because we've got liars, we've got deceivers who threaten ordinary, hard-working people of Oldham to make you frightened of paying your council tax. But we've got councillors who don't do the jobs. We've got hierarchies who the council officers, chief exec on 150 to £250,000 a year. And what's our council leader bragged about? This guy, what with a snipe? How much has it cost for that? How much has all the works cost regarding this absolutely disgrace of long-windedness of all the work Oldham Council? I'll tell you what will happen with these gardens. The bushes will grow, rats will live in, and it will be rat-infested Oldham. Rat-infested Oldham. Now it cut deep. Because 5 years ago, one of my family members died, and she had to be exhumed after 3 months because the council failed to do the drainage at Crompton Cemetery, and it was like Collingwood Lane. And the leader of our council said I was despicable for raising a laugh where you lot, you highly paid council officers, would let family members, the heartbreak, we've all been through it. We know how it is to lose a mother.
Nobody's bothered to look at me. I'm like this every day.
What you
I'm
look
like this every day.
What is it? Save our children.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this one. And nobody, you know, it's funny, how many people
With a lady here, save our children, wake up. It's out there, and other people will attend to that.
Why you get money like that?
It is.
people don't do it.
Yeah. They don't. They don't.
The less idiots that are on the planet, the better. Yeah? The less idiots that are on the planet, we don't need them. Don't be brainwashed anyway.
Money talks.
Good luck, mate.
Well, regarding this ladies' campaign against the CSD, who did it take to shut our Prime Minister? Who did it take but the richest man in the world? It took the richest man in the world to show our government up and our country regarding the despicable cover-up. Now other people are on social media regarding that. I'm here and I'll be here tomorrow down at Parliament Square, probably up here between 2 and 4 to reiterate what I'm saying today. There is no such thing as liability orders. How long have you, Oldham Council, had this point? You threaten people with liability, and yet a gentleman from
Thank you, guys. Like and share live in Oldham Town Centre. Peter Brown here, Oldham's premier activist, campaigner.
Now, 8 years ago, I collected signatures, and on that, it were a petition handed in to Oldham Council, and it was regarding the immediate removal of highly paid council officers and councillors who lied and deceived, collude against the public while in public office. And what did Oldham Council do with it? They binned it. They shelved it. And yet they brag as politicians that they are accountable to us. Well, in a letter back from a Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, who sent it to a government minister, and the government minister says that councillors hold an important position of trust and authority, and you must hold up to the highest possible standards. I don't want tax fraudsters, I don't want any money launderers, any getaway drivers. I don't want anyone standing as councillors within this council. It's they're a laughing stock. And in December this year, the police were called, not any at public, they were battling and squabbling among themselves. These are the type of councillors. So please vote next time so we don't have these people in. We don't want any money launderers, gangsters, cartel members, sex offenders. We don't want it. But Oldham Council, you need to switch on with this postal vote fraud. You need to switch on. Absolutely scandalous what's going on. And a 71-year-old stood his ground, went to Tameside Magistrates Court, and were live and deceived by this despicable council. Shame on them.
Read it proper.
It was, sorry.
Read it proper. You know, you like that when you read it proper.
Yeah?
You're going to get shot like idiot proper. When it's I think my dad read it proper.
My father needs to
Proper, innit? Yeah, you know what? It stands up.
Do you want me to have a look at it?
for his feeding, for his country. Yeah.
I know.
Hey,
Could
let's go and stand outside that fucking
listen.
chicken wing stove.
listen?
Hey.
Can you come and remove this man? Can you come and remove this man? Why are you there, Mr. Police?
Right, come on.
Right, sorry.
Interrupting.
Listen. Sorry.
Trying to do this official, you know what I mean? Right. Trying to do it.
Apologize.
So if
No
anyone
worries,
sees
no
the
worries.
police, I hope they're not
There's
in
another
behind
time for
any
it.
bushes.
Thank
Come
you.
out.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Come on, 260 on. Get viewing.
Nothing but love. No, I get that. Listen.
You have been. Not just that. You have swore though a few times.
I'm sorry.
Your missus is gonna have your ass. I'm telling you.
Right,
When
I'm sorry.
you get home.
Is Councillor Chris Goodwin listening? Councillor Chris Goodwin, why haven't you listened and not called me back? I had a meeting with you at Crompton Cemetery regarding the flooding, regarding great big dips in the ground. We don't want any more families having to be exhumed, do we? Oldham Council. So Councillor Chris Goodwin, who attended that meeting 3 months ago, who said he does his job honestly, why have you picked up the phone? And when you've got elected councillors who refuse to talk to you, you can't pick and choose. Handing your allowance as a councillor if you don't want to do your job. Stand down if you don't want to do your job. But while you are an Oldham councillor, if you don't like anybody because they have a crossword with you or you don't like what they're saying, stand down. Do not keep taking your allowance. What is it now? 10,500, 11,000 pound, and people are hard strapped, scratching a living. Absolutely scandalous, and there's 60 of them.
Want to ask me anything, John?
So you'll be around here tomorrow.
Here tomorrow, two until 4. Round here tomorrow. It's paperwork's all booked in 2:04, and the banner will be at the entrance. Not at the main entrance of Astor and Shaw, but it'll be at the bottom of Refuting Street from 11 till 1:30. For any Oldhamers who are going to do in the shopping, it's a very busy day, Sunday shopping day, that they can see it as they drive in, and hopefully, it just.
I want to come. I want to come to Shaw. And I'll bring some of my party leaflets.
It at least gives people, there are people standing out. There are people fighting for everybody else. Yeah. Thank you. That's another highway.
Can we go over to near just near where top of the arcade area?
I want to breeze off, yeah?
Right.
I'm not going in the background. I'm trying to get your fucking bunters there.
I know, but you swore already. Too loud and all.
I know, right. So
just saying. Next time, come with your quiet boy about it.
Right, good class, fuck off.
No, just a quiet.
I know.
Appreciate you.
I know you're swearing, but.
Well, I've done it again.
You've done it again.
I can't help it.
You sit down there. Sit down there. Look like dog.
Hey, I'm not a dog.
Cosy! At the moment, yeah. All right, mate. Yeah.
No, don't put jump, slide it up each individual one and then just put it way up the floor. I used to put monkeys up the floor like this to get me a banana off the floor. You know, I once I went forward.
So we're on the market. Come on, I want you to get it right. Come on, Pete. Come on. You know, we need someone to hold. Yeah. Noise, I know, yeah. Come on. Come on, Peter. Come on, Peter.
Booked in with Oldham police, the paperwork was taken in, and it's regarding, do you have to pay your council tax? Are the rumours out there, are they correct? Well, I can assure you that there is some underlying sneakiness from the council regarding having to pay your council tax. They said you are liable, and they'll send a liability order, which we have not had liability orders for council tax since 2003.
Live in Oldham, guys. John Lawrence National Housing Party.
Council tax. No such thing. And when I went to Tameside Magistrate's Court, I said to the magistrate, I have never refused to pay the council tax. Did you get my dispute issues? And he said no. So the council, and on the envelope, it had Tameside Magistrate's Court, and they didn't send it to the court. So we've got absolute sleep there, abusing public office, where Oldham Council would have elderly people go to court when they wouldn't attend to the dispute. They just wanted you to go to court and try and fry you out of £1,600. Absolutely scandalous. Now I went in here Monday to the council tax, and I said, bring me now the liability order signed by the magistrate. And he said there are no liability orders being issued since 2003. Why all this lie and deception? Why are you eating hard-earned, legal people, honest people, to pay in a system where we want and where I ask, how much is the adult social care on our tax bill. How much is the adult social care? They refused to reply, and they said by this Labour-run government that councils don't need to put on your council tax, the adult and social care. We're on the news last night. The councils, some are being ripped off by private firms supplying adult social care. We have every right to know. Every council taxpayer of Oldham has every right to know how much are we paying. It was nearly £300 last year. How much will it be this year? And if it's going to rogue private firms doing adult social care, and we don't know exactly how much it is. Shame on you.
Yeah, and they're not looking after us
They're
either.
not looking after us at all, John. They're very naughty people. They're very greedy, these highly paid council officers, who's on 100 to £250,000 a year. Very, very greedy. Very, very naughty.
Very
And I don't
naughty.
like greedy and naughty people when I have been as honest as I can all my life. And Councillor Chris Goodwin, can you hear me? Councillor Chris Goodwin, I have left you 3 messages in the same weeks on your council-run phone, and it's regarding the meeting that you as a councillor of Oldham regarding the despicable flooding at Crompton Cemetery that caused my family member having to be exhumed while you did nothing. You waited while someone had to be exhumed. Shame on you. What would it have been if it were your wife, your son, your father, your daughter having to be exhumed? You turned a blind eye. You have allowed our cemeteries in a vile disgrace. Where's all the money going? You're blaming a Conservative government that your own government will put information on our council taxes. Where's the money going? £1 million was given to a private football owner, the owner of Oldham Athletic. And now she boasts our council leader 70 million. Where's the 70 million coming from? And the council tax is going to go up again next year. It's absolutely scandalous. But when liability orders threatening elderly people to pay, and all those 60 councillors, barring one, sit on their backside and say nothing, and are receiving from 10 to what? 14 plus £1,000 a year. Allowances for not doing nothing. Switch on. Come on, Nigel. Please come to Oldham, Nigel. Please come to Oldham.
It won't do now. It won't do now. He'll just call your names. He will.
My grateful thanks to John Lawrence here.
Thank you, Nationalising Party representative. Thank you very much. Always out.
He would always, if
Always
anybody
out.
votes for him in,
Forget them reform law. Big John's always out. I'm here. I do the right things as well. Hollingwood.
Hollingwood, I've helped him deliver leaflets for him.
Thank you.
He's not in my area, unfortunately, but I have helped him, and in return, he's helped me. And he's helped to try and enlighten the people of Oldham. We know you're frightened. The police phoned me up yesterday, and they wanted to know what I was going to talk about. They wanted to know whether it had gone out on social media, TikTok. I don't do anything like that.
Not long, Tony, but we're out tomorrow. I'm coming Manchester tomorrow. Pete's on 3 o'clock. He's got till 3 o'clock. Tony, 3 o'clock. We'll be in time till. But I'm going Manchester tomorrow with Cozzy, so I'll be there. But yeah, 3 o'clock, mate.
and money's wasted. You know, you've got to switch on. You can't keep ripping us off. And when I spoke to the people in the Tommy Field, and I spoke to the
Yeah,
market,
another hour, Tony, another hour.
this is our heritage. This is our tradition. And they built a swanking new place, and the more they borrow, the more money can be fribbled away. Now, they've just been held up by a Royton North councillor, Lewis Quinn, and they overpaid councillors over £2,000. Now, if they missed that little bit, what have they missed with all the millions? Now, it's about time, and I'm hoping that my friend Nigel, if he takes over Oldham, I'm hoping that my friend Nigel, when he takes over Oldham, looks at the financing of this council and holds them to account. Because it looks going on social media about the CSC and the police that covered it up and the partners with Oldham Council. It's a sham. It's an absolute sham. And then they were on the news last night that the food this Christmas, due to inflation, will go up, and then they'll want the pound of flesh, the council tax. Oh no, it's absolutely scandalous. But when you've got councillors who don't answer the phone, when our cemeteries, and don't forget, people in our cemeteries worked all their lives in the cotton mills. And we were the world leaders in cotton manufacturing. There were cotton mills on every corner of every street. And there was a camaraderie. Everyone who worked in the cotton mills, the woolen mills in Yorkshire, there was a camaraderie. We were all poor. We all went to the toilet outside our tourist houses. You know, there were hard times. But when you have got council officers on over 100 plus to £250,000 a year for failure, it's absolutely scandalous. And people need to stand up. Well, I was born with a spine. I've worked hard. And I should not have to be hoodwinked, deceived into paying council tax. When I will repeat again, no liability order has been issued for council tax since 2003. They lied in court. They blinked. They did. Yeah. This lady, the gentleman supported us, this lady, we've been robbed. We have. We've been robbed.
And you know what? And they take the cases to and they put 35 years I've waited to get my rights back.
Yeah.
Thank you, love. Thank you for that. Thank you. It certainly is.
Just like this lady.
He's calling you Russians.
When these council officers retire, they've just given a very solicitor a quarter of a million. Thank you for covering up. Thank you for helping us protect our council officers.
Get it on.
You shut up. You're gagged. If you speak out and hold your councillors to account, you're gagged. You shut up. And when a gentleman 6 years ago stood
Another hour, Tony.
at the podium, his question was, if this council is open, honest and transparent, then why do we have to put in a freedom of information regarding information that we request from you? And he's like, if this prides itself in honesty, openness and transparency, then why didn't you tell me that when you go to Tameside Magistrate Court, there's no liability orders? Well, why put it on the form? Why put a threat of a liability order on a form when it doesn't exist? Why pay bailiffs who also put it on a form, magistrate's liability order, a gentleman here via phone because his knees were knocking, he didn't want to go down and address a 71-year-old in the spindles, in the council tax. He did it by phone while I waited, and he said, there hasn't been a liability order issued since 2003. So why did he put it up? Why did he find people? Where's the money going? How much have you, Oldham Council, wasted? How much have you, Oldham Council, who threw it back at a Conservative one, and yet you've got a Labour one who's wasted money already again? They get away with it because in 2011, the Conservative government brought in what they called the Localism Act. And that Localism Act was voted on. Not by us, not by us. And the Baroness, Louise Casey, who's undertaking the Pakistani raid gang inquiry into Oldham, Rochdale, she raised alarm that if they brought in the Localism Act, she would be throwing the baby out of the bath along with the bathwater.
So that localism act gives the councils more power to cover up, which she'd been doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
John.
yeah.
Now, I've wrote to the Baroness Louise Casey, and the letter was sent off this week by recorded delivery at King's College London. And I've asked her, I've pleaded with her to point me in a direction. If she can't help, even with the concern she raised, we cannot have councils being unregulated.
Yeah, that's why. That's why there's so much scandal now. Is because them councils have been non-accountable, and not just in child sexual exploitation, running the councils, how bankrupt they are, the finances. Birmingham Council, Hackney, Camden, all. Bradford as well. People in Bradford were kicking off because their council tax is going up, and the councils are being run wrong. Yeah.
The councils are being run by self-proclaimed robbers. Robbers. When they abused the Localism Act that was brought in, supposed to be in good faith to see how you go on, I'll tell you what it's done. It's been an open invitation for all councils to rip us off. And this one in Oldham is one of the worst, in my opinion.
It certainly
one of the worst. Now, I've wrote to the Baroness Louise Casey, and I've asked her, I pleaded with her for her help. She raised concerns in 2011. You cannot have councils to be unregulated, to keep asking for more and more money, and then when this council does go bang, the government have to come in. It's our money all up and down the country, England and Wales, to bail them out. Well, have a look. Please come in, Labour government. Please come in urgently and undertake an investigation into Oldham Council's finances and how they have implemented codes of conduct from councillors to the public. Because they're abusing it. You know they're abusing it. And when I have made 3 standards complaints in February, and this council should have replied via the monitoring officer, very solicitor, within 20 days. With February, nothing's done. What's happening? Nothing's done. And the chief of our borough solicitor to me at a meeting, and he said some of them are set out in law. Which are set out in law? So your codes of conduct that you don't lie, you don't misinterpret, you don't ridicule, are them set out in law, or are them freely given to every sleazy councillor who lies and deceives to us in public office? Shame on them.
I did, yeah, it did, yeah, yeah.
You get moved on by security and stuff.
No, we're just moving round. We're just moving round.
No, inside.
I work at Rhode Island and I heard you outside and I thought, oh, it's the preachers again, we're going to listen to
No,
it.
no,
Like,
no.
thank God somebody's speaking up with this council.
No, the tourists, I appreciate, the tourists.
Yeah.
Next to the urban, they just said, "Could you turn it down?" And I give the police this area and down to Parliament. And I'm out again tomorrow, 2 hours.
But for this corrupt council get out of this town, I think
Yeah.
I went on the housing list last year, they've told me 15-year wait for a flat because I'm a single male of 35. I was like, 15-year wait. They were like, go on private rent. I was like, what, for $9.50 a month?
I
I
know.
was like, I don't even earn much more than that.
Well, this the council is run wrong. You know where Cottsville Road?
Yeah.
They built the Indian temple there. That was supposed to be. That was First Choice's old base. Then they said, when we move off, we'll build houses for you. And that area needs more houses than anywhere in Oldham. Honestly, you couldn't make it up. Mm. Thank you, thanks, mate, thanks. Oh. Right, I'm thinking what about like top of Parliament Square near Weatherspoons? You want to go there now? Yeah.
It might be windy though.
Right, yeah. What about Barclays Bank then? Old Barclays Bank next to Weatherspoons. What about just standing there?
I don't want to get the flights from any of them.
Right.
Because they're not all flights.
Right. Well, we can wind them up.
This protest also, the paperwork went into Oldham Police. It will be in the town centre tomorrow, Parliament Square. Might be here.
That's all needs to be said.
It might be here. Depending where the wind is, you've a job to hold, Banner. And I thank you for these 2 gentlemen here.
Thank you, John Lawrence. Thank you, Cozzy. TikTok Cozzy there.
TikTok Cozzy. TikTok Cozzy. I could get used to saying it. At 71-year-old and seeing how politics has gone down the path. And to see that people now get into it because they want to cushy life. And for me, as a school lad, to see my mum and dad come home, tired out, working in the cotton mills, working in the engineering, both with the rest, and to bring up a family and to have councillors then there was some form of honesty. But as soon as the money came in,
Ching ching.
Ching. Say it again, John.
Ching ching.
As soon as the money comes in, they all want to jump on the bandwagon. Ching. They all want to jump on the bandwagon and sit in that council chamber, do nothing for the residents. They're in it for themselves. And 2 councillors, not last time, which would be July, it was June. And they were accusing one another of bribes. Can't believe it. And one of them says to the other, and what do you want for the people of Failsworth? And he said, I want F4 for the people of Failsworth.
What are you going to do for me?
What's in it for me?
And he's a proven fraudster as well from Bolton.
A convicted fraudster.
From Bolton.
Wants to be our next mayor. Oh, it can't continue. It just can't continue. And when I heard on the news, on the television last night, that some councils regarding adult social care are being ripped off, have a look at your council tax bill, because that was the first reason, a dispute, why I didn't want to pay. It's not off.
Yeah, all that money they don't even look after. They don't even look after our parents, scumbags.
Where's it gone? It's still being paid. And when I wrote a letter regarding my disputes to this vile council with a vile leader, vile councillors, a few exceptions, but not many, nasty people, naughty people, they said that the government ruling that all the councils don't have to provide bespoke information. Don't have to put it on. Well, I requested. I said, well, the government doesn't want it going on. I am requesting it. And still, it didn't happen. No. You get a court summons to go to Tameside. And you get a false statement from the council. There is no provision for you to attend the court. No provision. And yet, I went down on spec and I attended that court in person. So, council officers lying and deceiving you, and this is the truth, from a 71-year-old who actually went down. And I said to the man on the end of the phone, 2 days prior, it was supposed to be defended.
He didn't pay it.
I handed in 3
He went
days.
to the magistrate, did all the court thing, and then he went to the magistrate when he didn't need to and kicked off. So you're supposed to let me in. You told me I have to come here and all that. Yeah.
So the council.
Well, he paid the bill, but he made complaints at the same time about the council and all that. That's what it does. He always pays it, but he made complaints. And they've all got official complaints from there about it.
And trying to do more into our council. Shame on them. A good many people, young
Go on, Pete.
were fighting in World Wars. The First World War, and to our, the Second World War, multiple wars after. And we get these high profile, you'll never see them, you'll never meet them, they keep in the dark, they keep in the shadows, and this is who it's directed to. The people you see cleaning our streets, the people you see at the council tax, the people you see on the market, everywhere, the libraries, they are honest. They're honest. They're doing the job. It's the ones above them, the 150,000, 200,000 plus salary. Them are the one who hides in the shadows. Them are the ones who
NHPUK.
Yes, we have two gentlemen here.
TikTok, Cozzy.
TikTok Cosy, and we've got John Lawrence, and he's the leader of the National Housing Party. I have handed him leaflets for John. He's not in my ward. I'll say this to my ward. Come on, Nigel. Nigel, please come to Oldham, Nigel. And when you take over, I'd like you to look at all the finances going back 20 years.
Dodge.
Said we've lost a town in the northwest called Oldham.
Is that what he said?
He said, Nigel said we lost a town in the northwest. I think it's called Oldham.
When all the people, and his name is Roger Meyer, he's done a lot of work, put his life on the line. Absolutely, on the line. Opening up the CSC cover up in Oldham by the Pakistani grooming raid gang. Now, unfortunately, he does broadcasting. He's fed up with coming out. And in all the work that he's done, and like I say, his life's been threatened. He's been to the police. And assured allegations of being murdered to our police and to my PG man, and nothing's been done. But when Elon Musk, good on Elon, good on my mate Elon, for bringing to light the world's richest man, bringing to light that our government can't believe that our British government treated our children like this. Good on Elon. Link up, Nigel. Come to Oldham. You'll have a whale of a time.
And what about John for Prime Minister? You know what I mean? I should be leading that council. Wouldn't have any of this trouble. We wouldn't. We would not have any of this trouble.
I hope you find your position on the cabinet.
Thank you very much.
My mate Nigel.
I don't want that. He won't have me. He won't have me. I'm too nationalistic.
No, on a serious note, and it has been serious. A lot of people struggling in Oldham. We're one of the most, if not the most deprived town in England. And we've got child poverty, and we've got executive council officers on 150 to 250, maybe 300,000 pounds for your salaries. And I want to know why we paid the owner of a football club $1 million. Where did it come from? Did it come from our funds? And when did Baruch Shah, a council leader, was bragging with that football club owner that they're making a new sports centre, 70 million. Where's the 70 million coming from? Where's it coming from?
Well, normally they borrow it because we're still in debt, aren't we?
If they got that crap from Greenfield, they owns Oldham football.
Yeah. Well, Arut Shah's only palling up to him to get votes.
I've got it here. I've got the paper.
He's a fucking Tory, isn't he? What is he? You can broadcast.
What is he, a fucking Tory?
It probably is. Yeah, it probably is. Right, guys, listen, I've got to go. My power's running out. I'm on 15%. Thank you very much for watching. Watch out tomorrow. I'm live in central Manchester. Big protest. So there's going to be a few of us live in central Manchester. Thank you.